it's super late. We're getting the bus. We're gonna show you guys everything about it in the morning, but if you guys wanna see what they did, go check out Chad's Fab. They've got like 4 days into this wiring. All right, so we are getting the bus completely finished. We've been working on this thing for a couple of months, and we're finally sending it down the road back to Onyx so they can take it to events. We have a few things we're gonna tidy up. I'm working on a couple of lights. I've got to hook up into the S-Pod. Hillbilly's inside working on it, Cody's on the outside, and we're just gonna hurry and get this thing done, and then we're having Steve take it down to Beaver to meet Onyx so they can take the bus and go to Oregon with it. Got a few things to do, but this thing's headed down the road, and we got a new project we're gonna be working on. So let's get this thing finished so we can get it out of here. All right, so Hillbilly just got the Red Vision screen hooked up. It wasn't working for Chad and them, so Hillbilly kind of went through the motions and figured out that he just needed to reset it. But we got 2 screens on this system, so check this out. We're gonna hook the other one up. The way this works, look at that. The way this works is we're gonna have one monitor back here and one monitor up at the front. But we don't have time to mount them because the bus is leaving today, so they'll just have to bring it back, and we'll have Sean build some awesome mounts and get these things mounted in. But this shows us that we're at 55%, 11.8 volts, 5.0 amps. I mean, this thing is cool. All right, so we've got the S-Pod all hooked up. We'll show you. We've got the 2 circuits for the side lights hooked up. Colton's gonna go in and hit those buttons real quick. Then we're gonna work on getting the front Baja design lights. The LP4's all hooked up, but check this out. Hit them. Ooh, we got those ones right there. Now we got the up top ones. All ran off the S-Pod. That's gonna be nice.
Install this last panel and then tighten up all the screws. And the only panel that will be left is the front box compartment. Passenger side's done. Let me make sure. Okay, Colton, remind me that there's one more panel right there. Good.
Well, I'm just plugging away on the wiring. Gotta run this loom, and then we'll put this back up there for the final time, and then I'll wire it inside the bus. Hillbilly is gonna start on the alignments. Okay, so you've seen us use these alignment tool from Bleep and Jeep. In order to use them, I have to get the tire off so we can bolt this to the rotor. So I'm gonna hurry and get this tire pulled off.
Get the alignment tool installed. Too bad the bus is as big as it is, or else we could just use the normal alignment rack. So now I'm gonna work on the other side. Get the tire pulled off, get this alignment rack tool or alignment tool put on, and then go grab some 2 tape measures and we'll get it aligned.
So we had a little grind noise. We can see our dust shield's just a little bit bent. Hillbilly's gonna get that out of the way.
Golden. Okay, so I'm gonna hurry and get the jam nut loosened up.
All right, let's check this. So this is 76 or 75 3/4 up here. He's gonna adjust the drag link and get that steering wheel to come back into center. The alignment's right where it needs to be. This thing is a wandering bus, but it wandered before we lifted it. So you just have to drive down the road like this. All right, go. More. Whoa. Okay, go all the way back again. A little more. Right there. Steering wheel is as set as I can see from the ground.
Okay, now that we checked the alignment, it's done. Steering wheel straight. I'm gonna hurry and throw the wheels back on, tighten them up and torque them down. Hopefully this is the last time these tires have to come off for a while.
All right, we're gonna put this light panel in, but it's gonna take like 10 of us. So Cody's gonna fish tape, Hillbilly's gonna hand me the panel, we'll fish the wires in, and then we'll put it up in. All right, we'll go ahead and get this all screwed in. Now we've got the original bus eyebrows. Give it that little bit of bus fill. I'm all screwed. I got both sides out now. I'm gonna get this all wired.
Okay, so I'm just looking at this, trying to figure out which ones will fit the lights on the side the best. So what's cool about the S-Pod is it comes with stickers. Big old list of little square stickers that say white lights, red lights, shows pictures for if you want to use pictured ones. That way you can label each button for what it's going to operate. So I'm looking at them, just trying to decide which ones are going to be best for the side lights. Colin just informed me that these 2 are the side lights. So I just got to figure out which little square sticker I'm going to use on the side lights. I think we should use the headlight one for the upper ones.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Should we do emergency for the yellow ones? Amber lights, that's what we can use. And that's that one, so put an amber light sticker there. Fog lights, undercarriage lights, low beam, high beam. I don't know what one to use.
I figured it'd be easy before I splice the wires to just get all my plugs on. So I'm getting these terminated. I've got that one done. I've got this one I got to do. These are gonna be for each circuit because we're running the LED backlights and then the LED lights. All right, so we're gonna have 2 different circuits, one for the backlight and one for the main LED light. So I've got to split my ground. In the S-Pod, you have to have a ground on each circuit. So I just split it there to go out to 2 plugs. That way, whatever circuit's on, I can run a ground off of it. Or if they're both on, there you have it, folks. There's my little secret. And we'll get it heat shrunk. Now, I realize we're using red on ground, but I'm out of black. So it gets a red.
We should try using the bus.
We do have some 110 on board. Should we see it?
Bad boy up.
I'm about to go. All right, go show the people that it's coming straight off the bus.
So follow it all the way down. Heck yeah. 52%.
All right, so I'm just making sure that I'm hooking up a positive and negative on the right direction, and I did. So after you get these all crimped on, it's fairly simple. You literally just push it in. Once you got them in, you put your lock on, plug them in, and then we test it. All right, turn the back lights on. Okay, turn the lights on. Woo! All right, so we've got it all finished. We're gonna put this cover on it, and this bus is headed down the road.
Now all the trim inside this is done.
This is it for the bus. All right, before we send this off for the last time, we're gonna run it around the block and just see if the steering wheel is a little bit straighter than it was. You guys don't get to see Onyx's reaction because they're not coming to get it. We're sending Steve to go meet one of their employees down in Parowan, Utah, and he's taking the bus from there all the way to Oregon to some expo. You'll want to check Onyx's pages, see where the bus is gonna end up, so you guys can see it in person. It's pretty well straight, but this thing is like herding cats down the road. It definitely needs the shocks tuned. That's above my pay grade, so we'll let them know that they need to go through and dial them all in. But I think once the shocks are dialed in, it'll help the bus from doing this. All right, so let's do a little recap. This is a 2002 school bus. We did a 2010 E450 conversion on the front end. We changed the grille, we changed the lights, fenders, hood, all that. We put a bumper from Barnes 4-wheel drive. We put a winch from Warren Industries. We put a Factor 55 end on it, painted the front end black. We did custom Baja design lights up top with LP4s. We did the light panel with the Onyx off-road logo. We made this thing 4-wheel drive, box 2.5 shocks with reservoirs and backups. We put Milestar Patagonia 38-inch tires, Method wheels, 1-ton axles. We did Tom Woods drive shafts, BDS suspension. We did BDS suspension in the rear. We have a custom built rear bumper. We did 6 PRP custom mounted seats inside. We did a Red Arc solar system. We did a battery. Got the battery back up in there. We have the freezer. We cut in the ice cream window or events window so that they can give stuff out. We put the rigid lights up top, some rigid lights down low, and made this bus into one of the coolest event buses on the planet. Thank you, Onyx Off-Road, for letting us do this project. And if you guys are not signed up, make sure you get Onyx Off-Road. Make sure you get your name on this bus. No purchase necessary. A simple basic account will work, or you can upgrade to premium or elite. Make sure you do it. Click the link in the description. Get your name on this bus and go check it out at events. But as of now, this thing's headed down the road. So, till next time. All right, so now that the bus is gone, we can finally start a new project that we started 2 weeks ago. But we're gonna move it to a new day. Here we are on our Tuesday day with the Onyx Off-Road Build Challenge Off-Road. What is this called?
Overlander?
Overlander, that's what it is. We're gonna sleep in this thing. But we're not gonna win the competition unless you guys go and vote. So click the link in the description, go vote. Buy some merch, RobbieLayton.com. Help support us. And one of you lucky wildcards get to come with. Anyway, Sean's been super busy because he's the only one that works around here. So he's got some cabinets installed. Let's take a look. We got some cabinets up here. It's like your mom's kitchen. This is all hand-built aluminum. This one's getting a door. This one's gonna be open. We're getting a shelf down here that's open. Look at this. Bunk bed. I mean, sorry, it's not a bunk bed. It's just a morgue table. So
More table. That's a good one.
anyway, we got supports. This is gonna be the sweetest cot. We got another one over there that's not done. Sean will finish it. This is our cabinet front. Look at this. It's all recessed and indented. Gonna go right here. You like that? Me too. Sean will build a handle. We'll show you that here in a little while. It's time that we get this body out of the stall and get the frame in. So we've got our body buggies that we're putting together. So Dent Fix sent us some body buggies so that we can cart this thing around. So Hillbilly's helping us out. We're gonna get another bar built. We're gonna mount these to the bottom side of this van so that we can wheel it over to Sean's side so he can secretly work on it while we don't update you guys until he's done. Somebody around here has got to start finishing some stuff. You guys get mad at us because we don't finish projects, but when you quit watching projects, we have to move on to new projects that you guys want to watch. You guys will be happy to know something big's coming. So somehow we're gonna have to build a bracket that comes from here and mounts to this. All right, so what I'm trying to do is build a base that I can weld this to, and then I'm gonna weld it to this, and then we'll just cut the welds when we're done. It's gonna be no big deal. Just gotta make 2 brackets. We'll have this front mounted. Hillbilly's working on the rear. His are gonna be a little bit longer, but we'll get the front set and then we'll set the rear. That way we know the height. We're gonna bolt these to the body buggy and weld the tops to the body that we're gonna buggy. I'm gonna build a bracket that goes here. It'll weld to this pipe. And then this one is just gonna get a single bolt right here.
I was just looking back here on the rear to see where we can mount the body buggy to. And I seen these 2 ears where they had the U-bolts for the frame and it still had a bolt in it. So I just cut it to get it out because it wouldn't go out. I couldn't take it out because it's hitting the floor, so I had to shorten it to take it out. I want to do the same thing to this other side, and then I'm just going to remove the rest of the U-bolts out of underneath here.
All right, I've got it all figured out in my CAD program. So I'm gonna send it to the table. We're gonna get these brackets cut out and hurry and get them welded on. We'll work on the rear. We need to weld the backside. We'll tighten these up and move on to the rear. All right, Hillbilly's gonna get the back all mounted, and then we might need to stabilize this just a little bit. A wee bit flimsy.
Pretty much identical to the way Robbie done the front, but instead of being the plates going like this, like he has them, they'll be flat, bolt to that. I'll grab a tape measure, measure the distance, find a couple, 2 pieces of scrap pipe. Okay, so I got my measurements. Okay, so while Robbie's cutting or programming the CNC machine to cut my upper plates, I want to get this pipe cut at 16 inches because that's how tall the pipe I need for each side is 16 inches. And then I'll also get the bottom plate cut and then get the bottom plate and the tube welded together. Once Robbie's done and it's cut, I'll weld the top plate to the top of the tube. Okay, I got the pipe cut. Now I'm gonna weld it to the bottom plate, go get it put in place. Okay, I just gotta tighten the bolts up, and then I'm gonna measure from here to the front so we can get a bar to go across there so that way they don't try going like this on us, in or out, because we don't want it to do the splits. That's gonna be 153. 153 inches. We're 8 inches too short. I need 153. This is 161, so I don't have to cut nothing, because body buggies are tucked under the body a little bit, so if we have overhanging cross pipe, we'll never trip over it or nothing. That's gonna be the one I use. Okay, I got the back secured. I want to secure the front. Then we'll lower the hoist all the way down, move the jack stands, and move it all the way around to Sean's bay. Comes a moment of truth. I think we'll be safe. Okay, me and Sean's gonna get this pushed over to his bay so that way it's much easier for him to work on it and he can get more accomplished because he doesn't have to walk from his bay into here, up, climb up in and back out and back over. It's just straight shot 5 feet. So you ready, Sean?
Ready.
Okay, we got the frame or the body over to Sean. Now it's time to get the frame in. So I'll get the tools rounded up and we'll start pulling suspension. Okay, I hope these bolts come out just as easy as the rest of the bolts did that we've had to remove. Those came out really easy. Wow. I just think we're gonna have a hard time getting the bolt out. It might be rusted in. Okay, we're gonna see if it'll spin or if it's gonna be the whole bushing that spins. Well, looks like this is gonna be fun. I had to grab a bigger 1/2-inch impact to see if it will spin it. Okay, Colin grabbed the hammer and he actually got the threads to move, so now I'm gonna see if it'll spin out or if we have to tap it all the way out. It's going back in. I'm done messing around and wasting time. I'm just gonna grind those rivets off. Okay, I got the one side of the rear done. Now I'm just gonna come to the other side and get it done. Time to air hammer. Passenger side all done. I guess I better get the shocks bolted, because if not, then we're not rolling anywhere. You think Robbie's gonna get a bumper built for this, a rear bumper? Or should we leave that one on? What do you mean you don't know, man? Okay, I should be able to just lift that up and it will, I hope. Oh no. Got a brake line. Oh, holy cow. That brake line broke easy. Broke free easy. Usually this old, the nut is rusted to the pipe and you twist the pipe in half trying to get it off. Not this one. Now we can go up.
Hillbilly's working on the front end. I'm gonna get these wires out of here because all this wiring will get redone. We'll get that front end out of here and this frame will be ready to start figuring out how to box it.
I know.
What?
Box in.
Oh, is that what we'll do?
Yep.
Well, that's good. So we're gonna box it in because Hillbilly says so. We're not gonna reuse this, so let's cut it. We'll be lazy.
Hey. Stop being lazy, it's being efficient.
Correcto. Steering undone?
Yep, everything's
Okay.
undone.
All right, well, look, raise it up. All right, so it looks like we've got fuel line left. Shouldn't be too hard, we'll get that off. We got a battery box that needs to come out that we're not gonna reuse. Looks like it's just 4 bolts from 9/16. We'll hurry and whiz that off. Got a brake line over here that needs to come out. Got a brake line that goes across. Let's just cut the brake lines there because we're gonna keep that brake pedal assembly. That we are gonna put back on. That takes a real true monkey. Right? And that is how you discombobulate brake lines. Now, one thing we won't do is we won't remove, actually, this cross member we know we can remove. This one will hold it in place. This one we can remove because this is transmission, but we might reuse this. No, we won't, because
bolted in, isn't it?
You're gonna weld your links to it.
yeah, we're gonna weld our links. We're gonna build our own that'll hold our links, that'll support the transmission. All right, let's get this unbolted.
Whoa.
What? Oh, what is that? Oh, we took the bolts out of that. We got to rebolt that in. So this is a very important piece that has to stay here. So we're putting bolts back in it. We'll get these other bolts in. Cross member will be out. We're trying to get this completely stripped down so that all we got to do now is box the whole thing in. Oh, did we tell them about the Tahoe that we have? We have a Tahoe that has all of our drivetrain in it. But we're not going to mess with that today. I think we'll end up ditching this one. Should we just get it out of here? Because we're getting the motor mounts out of here too. Trying to think out loud. Do we want to try to mount the motor and transmission before we box the frame or after? Probably after.
You remember doing the Bronx Star? It was a pain in the butt right in here where the motor is.
So then we want to do it after. Let's get those motor mounts out of here. This is bolted, so we need to unbolt that assembly. Let's unbolt this over here, then we'll unbolt the shock towers. Then we'll get the motor mounts out, cross member out, and then that's as much as we're doing on this frame. It will be ready for us to box. Nice. Real nice.
Those look homemade.
Yeah, well, this is an upfitted truck. All right, so to get to these rivets, they're underneath this plate. So I'm gonna unbolt these so we don't mess them up, and then we'll put them back on. Here. Oh, sorry. Super. That's all, folks. All right, so Sean got the lower shelf all mounted. We got this front one mounted. So what we're gonna do now is build another shelf that comes on this side, basically just for storage. This will get a door, this will be open, this will be open. And then we're gonna do swivel chairs, one that sits here and one that sits here. And we don't have it in our budget to buy seats, so we're gonna build seats because labor's free. Oh, we didn't show them the handle. We got the handle built for the back door also. Let's go look at that. Check this out. This is gonna be a twist style. So we got the plate all mounted, the handle all milled out. Looking good. Even got an ARP bolt in it. All right, so make sure you guys click the link in the description. Go vote for us because every day you can vote and you can help us win. But it looks to me like Fab Rats call them the troops because they've got like double or triple votes than everybody else. But help us out. And as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.